Welcome to Sushmita's maths class. Here, maths is made so easy and simple that you will all start loving it. Today, on the special request of my students, I am going to start with comparing quantities. Children, today we are going to start with comparing quantities. Comparing quantities include many topics like unitary method, ratio and proportion, percentage, fraction, decimal, measurement, profit and loss, overhead expenses, discount, simple interest, compound interest. So all these chapters will be taken separately in separate videos. Today we are going to start with unitary method. Unit means 1. This simply indicates that if we know the value of 1, we can find out values of different figures. Let's see. A question is, cost of 5 pence. Is rupees 50, and you have to find out the cost of 9 pence. So when we have cost of 5 pence, we should find out the cost of 1. So 1 pen will cost less than 5 pence. So we will divide 50 by 5. So we have now found out the cost of 1 pen. Now why have we divided? See, the cost of 1 pen is less than 5 pence. So whatever is the cost of 5 pence, we have divided into 5 parts so that we get the cost of 1 pen. So we have divided and we have got the price of 1 pen as 10. Now we can easily find out the cost of 9 pence. What we do is, we just multiply 10 by 9. So 9 pence cost rupees 90. If we want to find out the cost of 15 pence, we simply have to multiply the cost of 1 pen with 15 and we get the price of 15 pence as 150. Now, see, what have we understood from here? More pence cost more compared to 1. So whenever we have the cost of some number, we find out for 1 and then we find out for whatever numbers have been asked to us. So for 1 it is less, we divide, and for more it is more, we multiply. In the similar way, bigger numbers for any thing, that is measure, it may include measurement, that is kilometer, meter, centimeter, liter, milliliter, kilogram, gram, milligram, rupees, paisa, then dozen, or any number of items. Now there are two kinds of variations. Just now I said if 5 pen cost rupees 50, 1 pen will cost less. So this is known as the direct variation, because when 1 pen costs rupees 10, then 10 pence cost more, that is 10 into 10, 100. This is known as direct variation. In direct variation, with the number of items, the answer is also increasing. It means more items, more is the cost. More people working, more work done. Now we will talk of the inverse proportion. For variations, first one is direct proportion. We have already discussed. Second one is inverse proportion. Here what happens? Let's see. if 10 men can complete a work in 20 days. 10 men are engaged in some work, they complete it in 20 days. If one man has to do all that work, he will take more time. Here we have to multiply. In inverse proportion, we have to multiply because the work done by 10 men has to be done by one man. So he will take more days. So he will take 20 into 10, that is 200 days. Now, if the same work is done by 20 people, same work is done by 20 men. Now, how many days they will take to complete? See, one man can complete in 200 days. 20 men will complete it in less days, that is divided by 20. Here we need the knowledge of fraction and cancellation. So we have cancelled and we can see 20 men can complete in 10 days. If we want to find out for 5 men, see 5 men can complete the work in 40 days. Comparing quantities include percentage also. So today we will be dealing with percentage. We often use the word percent when we discuss the marks obtained, the discount in sale of items, commission in investments, interest on the principal amount obtained from the bank. So, what is percent? This is the sign of percent, and percent means out of 100. For example, if we say 25%, it means 25 out of 100. If we want to put it in decimal, we will put it like this. For 1, this point, and then for 2 zeros, we can place 2 digits after the decimal, that is 0.25. Or we can call it as 25 hundredths. 25 out of 100 or 25 hundredths. Say we got a discount in the dress by certain percent. That means that many hundreds. I got a discount of 35% on a dress. That means in every 100 rupees, I got 35 less. If I have got 25% discount, that means in every 100 rupees, I got 25 less. So if a dress costs rupees 100, I have got it for rupees 75. If the dress is for rupees 200, I got it for rupees 150. Now, in order to convert a fraction into percentage, what should we do? So, fraction to percent. Say I have got 15 marks out of 25 in my maths exam. So how much marks I have got? How much percent I have got? So I will simply multiply it by 100. So cancellation, 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. So I got 60% marks in maths. The next, convert percentage into fraction. Convert percentage into fraction. For this, what we have to do? See, I got 80% marks in maths. So first I'll find out how much marks. 80% means if the marks is 100, I have got 80. Now we can cancel it. Children, for cancellation and changing it into decimal, please refer to the videos of decimal and fraction. Now this is 8 by 10. We can reduce it further by dividing it by 2. So I get 4 by 5. This is how we convert the percentage into fraction. Next is, we will change the percentage as ratios. Percentage as ratio. For ratio, we use the sign of is to. Now, remember the ratio is always in the lowest terms. So let's find out if the percentage is 17%, what is the ratio? Ratio will be 17 by 100. It is the fraction form of percentage, and then we change it into ratio. 17 and 100 are co-primes, they cannot be cancelled. So our ratio is 17 by 100. But if the percentage is, say, 225%. So first we will change it into fraction. Write it in the form of fraction. Then we reduce it into lowest term. So we can divide it by 25 both for cancellation, and we get 9 by 4. So our ratio will be 9:4. It cannot be further divided into smaller term. 14:25. This is the form of ratio. Ratio into percentage we have to change. So first we will multiply the fraction by 100. First write in fraction form. Then multiply by 100. We can cancel it. 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. Then we multiply, and then we put the sign of percentage. Next, we have to convert the percentage in decimal form. Here we have converted ratio into percent. Here percentage into decimal. So whatever percent is given, we will write it as fraction with denominator 100. So let's take 5.5%. 5.5% means 5.5 upon 100. Now we have to change it into decimal. How to change it? See, there is already a decimal. So let's remove this decimal by multiplying by 10. So I'll get 55.0 out of 1000. So this will be changed to, this 1 will be changed to point. We can place 3 digits, but we have only 2 digits. So we will put these 2 digits and put a 0 over here. So it is 0.055. Next, in the decimal form. Next question, we take it as 45%. So we put it as 45 by 100, then 0.45. The next part is convert the decimal into percentage. Decimal to percent. Here percentage in decimal. Now we will convert decimal into percent. To convert the given decimal into percentage, we have to first multiply the decimal by 100. So we will be multiplying the decimal by 100, and since we are multiplying by 100, the decimal will shift 2-digit right. The rule of Mr., which I have already talked about in decimals. So it will be 0.5 and put the sign of percentage. The next one is 0.8. Now we will multiply 0.8 by 100. The decimal will go 2-digit right, that is from here till here. So it becomes 80%. Next we take it as 0.67. 0.67. So first step is multiply by 100, 0.67. Since there are 2 zeros, the decimal will shift towards right by 2 digits. So it becomes 6700, and then we place the sign of percentage. So this is how we convert the decimal to percentage. Now let's take some questions and solve it. The question says find 25% of 200. So what should we do? We will write 25%, that means 25 out of 100 or 25 hundredths of, means multiply, of 200. Now this is simply the multiplication of fraction. We can easily do the cancellation and find out that 25% of 200 is 50. Next question is find the number whose 10% is 8. 10% is 8. Find the number whose 10% is 8. So let's take the number as x. Now here we are using algebra. Let the number be x. So 10% of x is 10% means 10 by 100. Of x means multiply by x, is 8 means equal to 8. Now we solve it as we do it in algebra. For converting a decimal into percent, first we have to multiply the decimal by 100. 10x upon 100 is equal to 8. 8. Then what we do is change the sign. Here 100 is dividing, there it will be multiplying. So 10x is equal to 8 into 100. Then x is equal to, here it is multiplying. So here if 10 comes on the other side of equal to, we will divide. Now we will simply cancel and it comes to be 80. So 10% of 80, let's see what it comes to be. We will cancel this 0 with this 0 and these two zeros, so 10% of 80 is 8. Next is, what percent of 40 is 10? Question is, what percent of 40 is 10? Again, we will be considering the number as x. So x percent of 40, x percent of 40 is 10. X percent means x by 100, of means multiply, 40, write it like this. Now we will multiply as we do in fraction. So 40x upon 100 is equal to 10. Now solve x. This will come here as multiplication and 40 will come here as denominator. Now we cancel. 0, 0, 4, 25. So we can say 25% of 40 is 10. Let's check 25% of 40 is 10 or not. Let's check. 25% of 40, we will see whether it's 10 or not. So we can cancel. 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100, 4 ones are 4, 4 tens are 20. So 25% of 40 is 10. The next question, express 72 paisa as a percentage of rupees 6. Express 72 paisa as a percentage of rupees 6. So here it is paisa. Whenever we are dividing or finding ratio, what we do is change the units into the same one. So we will change rupees 6. Rupee 1 is equal to 100 paisa. Rupees 6 is equal to 600 paisa. So 72 as a percent. 72 paisa out of 600 paisa is, and for finding out percentage, we know we have to multiply by 100. So what we do is cancel and 6 12s are 72 and then put the sign of percentage. So 72 paisa is 12% of rupees 6.